Hi, I thought it would be a fun thing today to paint a sunflower. And so we are going to I'm making just a very light circle. You probably can't see this, but I can see it. And so now on that circle that you can't see, I'm going to start putting petals around the sunflower. It's in a vase. This one's not outside. Several Christmases ago, I had gone to a craft show and I found the greatest, very simple little vases. And I thought the design was so good that I would like to save them for Christmas for my daughter. And so I sent them to her for Christmas. And a couple of days ago, she emailed me this picture, and it has the sunflower in it that you are watching develop here. And she said that she had liked the vases and wanted me to see what they look like. And they're tiny little white, square, kind of bisque looking vases. See how this is developing now? We're just bringing petals around, around. Here we go, a little bit more. We're getting there, slowly building these petals as we come around our wonderful sunflower. And in the middle are the seeds. Love sunflower, such a happy flower, you know. There we go, coming around. A little bit more over here. You can see how we're developing now. We're closing in on our circle. So I hope it's a sunny day where you are, and if it's not, we'll just pretend like it is as we make these sunny flowers. There we go. We'll let that one kind of go back that way. Pull this around here and kind of turn up his little end. Tip. Leaf, petal. I'll get it right in a minute. There we go. Okay. And one under here. And then we need our green leaves. So we'll have one here. There's one. We'll bring one out this way. I love making these points on the leaves. So yours can be any kind of pointy way you want it. I know it'll look great. It's so fun to be a painter because all of our sunflowers will look different. Let's see, this will be a green leaf. I hope I remember to paint it green. Sometimes I start painting and I forget what's what. I know that's never happened to you, right? Okay, coming along. We're closing in on our circle. We'll make this a little teeny tiny one. There we go. Coming along. Closing in on our circle there. Moving around. Da-da-da. Now we're almost ready to paint. We need one green one here. We'll make one little green one kind of coming out right there. And maybe one that will be sticking out this way, kind of reaching up for the sunshine. And then I'm going to put it inside the little vase that I sent my daughter, because it's just a little kind of, again, white, sort of bisque square. Very simple, but it's on a little bit of an angle, so that will give us our angle. Okay, we're ready to paint now. So I think, let's see, let's start with our sunflower yellows, and I'm going to dip into my yellow, but I need orange as well. And I'm going to, let's see, this one's green, that one's green. Sometimes I have to put my finger there to remind myself what I'm doing. So I'm going to put a lot of water. Whoops, made an accident. That's the fun part of watercolor. Figuring out how to fix the accident, right? It's fun. Let's see. That's going to be a leaf. This will be our petal of our flower. Flower, flower, petal. Boy, it's easy to get confused. It doesn't take much, does it? Not for me. But that's kind of the fun of it, because we'll figure out how to respond from there. Not a problem. That's just life, right? Figure it out. Keep on trucking. Moving around, moving around. There we go. This is getting rich. I'm going to pull some of that paint over into here because I don't want it quite that thick. I don't know if the video will let you see how thick that was compared to the other places that we painted, but okay, now this is going to really get to be fun in half a second. Okay, we have paint everywhere, and now on the places that are kind of underneath, I'm going to put more color under there so that on top there'll be a little bit of suggestion of light, a little bit of dark in there, a little bit in here. I hope this is showing up so you can kind of see, but just do as I say, and and it'll work out fine. You want a little bit more intense paint in the shadow area. There we go. Than you do on the tips. It's a good plan. Sometimes it works. And now I think that I will take my little paper towel and I'm going to blot in just a few places. And I'm going to leave that blob there because I think this would be a happy flower. And now since I have a little space in here, I'm going to wet our white vase. Wet the area that it will be contained in. And now I'm going to put just a slight suggestion in it. Oh, yum! Look how great that color is. You know that the turquoise and orange are kind of in the warm blue contrast. Oh, I love that. Didn't that work out nicely? I think I'll go ahead and put the base on our flower at this point. This is a little bluer. Don't you love that? Boy, I do. Excuse me if I just say how much I love that, but I think that's cool. Okay, now let's put in our middle. Now this is going to bleed a little bit. No, I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to use the hair dryer for just a second. So, come right back in a minute. Okay, I had an idea while that was drying. So sometimes it's good to get back from your painting for just a second. I think that if I wet this area, you know this is going to be brown. And I think that I'm going to put just the slightest little tint of that blue turquoise right in there. And I had planned to leave the white of the paper to show through. But I'm going to show you a fun trick. Let's do this. We want some white where those, oh, this is going to be great. This will leave us some white. I'm taking the tip of my brush, and I'm going into these areas because I do want, but I'm leaving the white of the paper where we just put that slight little tint of the turquoise. Isn't this fun? Just kind of dabbing in there. This will be a fun technique for you to do. It doesn't have to be perfect. Perfect is not part of... I know we're all perfectionists and we think we're going to be perfect, but you'll never paint if you wait. So I gave up and decided just to paint and enjoy it and not worry so much. Now, I think I want that even darker, so I'm going to take the black. And we were talking about darkening things where there's more shadow. So I'm going to bring this dark into these outer areas of where our middle of our sunflower is. There we go. You know, guys, I have to tell you, sometimes it's hard to talk and paint. So I probably say weird things sometimes. That's a right brain, left brain situation. Okay. You might enjoy looking that up and studying. Oh, now, I think that's neat. Okay, now let's put in our wonderful green leaves. And I think first that I'll just bring a little bit of this lime green into our leaf area. Now, I'm not going to fill the whole thing in because I do want some white showing. And I'm just tinting this a little bit. There we go. I want to have some light green and some dark green, so I'm putting the light first. And in a second, I'm going to bring in our sort of viridian color. And like we've done before, this is sort of a lesson in deepening the tone where our shadows are supposed to be. Here we go. I'll tell y'all a little secret. In the very first videos I made, of course, you're not very good. You've never done it before. And I put my head between my paper and the picture and that little video camera. So I try real hard, since I made that boo-boo, not to do that again. But it is very tempting to lean over this and get a little closer to it as I'm painting. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is going to be yummy. Okay, now we need to really razzle-dazzle this a little bit. So I'm going to bring this viridian green. And again, not perfect. Don't go for perfect. Okay, but I'm going to bring that through the middle. There we go. I'm so grateful my daughter sent me this picture. You know, we're all proud of our children, and I have to say, it's a very nice photograph. It's just the right thing I needed it to do to be inspired. Y'all, I'm really having a good time doing this. So I hope you have as much fun with yours. And everybody's will look different. That's the way of life as an individual. And I am sure you're an individual. And I hope I am. There we go. Look there. We don't want any clones here. There. We need some rich green in there. I went out of lines. Don't tell my mother I went out of lines. Okay. There. I'm kind of pumping up a little color on these kind of tendril-like things of the leaf, so they'll show up just a little bit more. There we go. Well, I certainly didn't know this was going to turn out like this, but I really enjoyed doing that. This looks a little empty, so I think that I will bring a little yellow right over there. And notice that it's bleeding, but I think that's a good bleed. And I think we need a little bit more over here. There we go. Kind of balance that out. Now, what I'd like you to see about this is that this yellow and that yellow make a bit of a diagonal. And that makes the eye go this way. And you get energy in a painting when you have diagonals. So, I think we're done. I had great fun. I hope you enjoyed it. And I wish you a sunflower day. Bye.